Okay, guys, I want to go over questions 19, 20, and 21, but mostly with number 19. You see here that the ranger starts to walk from station X to station Y. Okay, so if station X is where he starts, then that's the middle of the line. Sort of like in the previous question where the temperature starts at -2 degrees and can go up to 3 degrees variance or change. Okay, station X for this problem is where he's going to start at. So now you notice in the problem it doesn't say that the ranger is starting at the station east or west of ranger station Y. So we can look at it as one whole number line starting at station X, and station Y can be either to the left or to the right. So therefore, the distance between those two stations can honestly be 10 miles left or 10 miles right. It all depends. So again, this is based on solving for absolute value equations. So this is the setup of it. Now, the second part of the information says that each station has a transmitter range for the forest ranger to communicate with. So for station X, the transmission range is 7 miles. So if I look at this from X to the left and X to the right, that's going to be 7 miles left and 7 miles right. And for station Y, then that's only from 4 miles, which is from the left, or 4 miles from the right. Now that's depending on which direction the actual station is at. And so you want to set up a pair of absolute value, here it is, a pair of absolute value inequalities that describes the distances the ranger is in contact with both stations. So they're talking about contact, they're talking about the transmission distance. So, like I said earlier, if I'm standing here, okay, and I start walking toward the station, either to my right, or if I start walking to my station, either to my left, okay, that's like taking the distance that I'm from and subtracting how far I'm walking. So we did that earlier today, and we ended up with this equation. Y is equal to 10 minus x. Because we said it before, like if I walked 3 miles already, how far am I? And you said, oh, I'm 7 miles, for example. Now, we're looking at, again, I need to be within the range of where I can talk to either station. So I wrote an equation here, we came up with the equation together, that y is equal to 10 minus x. Okay, so we're writing it in terms of x. And the station transmission for y is only 4 miles. Okay, so that's as high or as far as it can go. So if I can only, contact them up to 4 miles from the station, so my distance has to either be less than or equal to 4, because then that means the distance I have to walk will have to be 4 or less miles toward the station I want to be at. In this case, I want to be at station Y. So if I'm right here or if I'm right here, then that's when I can actually communicate with station Y and tell them that I'm on my way. So it leaves you for the other equation to set up. Before the transmission distance for X is 7 miles. I underlined that in blue. It's right here. Station X has a transmission with a range of 7 miles. So I'll leave that up to you guys to set up the equation for that transmission distance. Okay, so hopefully that helped you guys out with the setup for this problem.